Hey guys, Jordy here. This is probably a video that you have known has been coming for a couple of days, some a week or so, because of the questions that I've asked them. I recently did a poll I did the YouTube community post whether I should make a semi-controversial video, and the majority, I think it was like 90% or something like that, said yes. So here we are. It's basically a top 10 top 10 teams in comp BF. Obviously, it's for me PlayStation only. It's EU and some of the NA teams that I've played. I haven't included South America, though I do have an honourable mention for that region. Obviously, because there is quite a good team in that region, so I've decided to do an honourable mention just for them, basically. So yeah, like I said, it's for PS4, EU, and NA only. So this is basically my my top 10. So number 10, I have We Are the Law, which is also known as just Law. I feel like they probably could have I've had a few lists off of people like Lawrence and Deuce. You know, catch him out a bit, expose him. I don't think Lawrence placed Law in his top 5. I know he placed them, I think, around about 10th as well, which I believe they do deserve to be in the top 10. They've been in quite a few finals. I think they won a tournament. I can't remember which one, but I think they deserve to be in the top 10 for sure. Number 9, I have Try Black from Season 3, more specifically. Just because their roster towards the end was quite stacked in terms of players and general chemistry. Obviously with Jimmy, Ash, Rubber, they did have Ollie for a bit that went. I think he went inactive towards the end, and they had Z and Berg and a few others. I felt like they were I would say one medic player short or one AC player short. They were just that one player short from being a really, you know, league contending team. Obviously, they've reached the final after beating Law in the semis, which was I think they were happy with that result from what I've seen from what they wrote. For me, it probably was a good result for them for sure. But I feel like they were that one player short from being a really good team. So number 8 now, which is a really maybe controversial, but from the few lists I have, they were around this top. They were in. I think for one list they were top 5. For Lawrence, they were like between 10 and 5, and then I had a few other people that put them between 10 and 5, and it's Strangers with Candy, also known as SWC. But the thing is, if the full roster played, so that would have been me, Phantom, Berg, Larper, and Marquitos, maybe with Kukai or Jukes, you know, that's 6 players if we all played at once, basically. Other than that, I don't think they would have reached the top 10. In Season 1, we fell off a bit towards the end, but obviously when they were on form, if we had Phantom, Marquitos, Kukai, me and Berg, I would say we could have been good if we actually played scrims and built chemistry with each other. We could have been a decent team, but we just never built chemistry in terms of 5v5s. We had too much rage in the team, so we had no comms or anything like that. Number 7, I have Redux. They are quite a new form team, I think, from a few other players dotted around from like leftover. When Law split up, they got them, so like Smiley and Frantic. So it's like a bit of Exceed leftover. So they got like Smiley, Frantic, Ziggy, Lawrence. I can't remember the few of the others. I know it's Ecstasy, the Russian player as well. So they're my number 7 pick. I feel like they could be a title contender for CGL 5v5. I think it's season 1, isn't it? I feel like they'll be up there in the top 3 at least, 100% the top 3. So I have them at 7. My number 6 pick is XP. Regardless of whether I dislike the people that play for them, notably 1 or 2 players, which I will not name, for the you know, to stop any more controversy. But I have XP at 6. I wasn't thinking of adding NA teams at the start, but I felt like they were good enough to get that 6th place, having played against them. When they're on form and have their full strength team and are actually thinking about what's happening during the game at the time, they are a strong team. So they are my number 6 pick. Number 5. So we're getting to the spicy ones now. Top 5, I have Odyssey. I believe they deserve top 5 regardless. We had a stacked team. Obviously, I was in that team. So it was me, Jimmy, Ash, Robert, Jobs, Jaffro, Ryan. They were like our main players. I felt we were a bit similar to SWC. We were that, I'd say, 1 player short in terms of roles. I feel like AC wise, I felt like at the time it was just me. That's before Jimmy and Ash had kind of converted into that AC. I think Jimmy was still a medic at the time, and Ash was still beaming with Assault on B. Same with Rob, I think he was a medic as well. Ryan and Jobs were Assault B, so I felt like it was just me on AC. I felt like we stayed a bit more calm during clutch moments. We would have been a whole lot better, but I felt like we fell apart there. Obviously, because our expectations were high, but I felt like we were that 1 AC role player off being an insane top team, and if we had that player, we probably would still be a team now. So Odyssey are my number 5 pick. My number 4 pick, which some people may not like, but I've tried to keep the M&K situation out of it regardless, and just treat everyone as the same, which you shouldn't do because they're not, but I've just decided to do that. Number 4, I've got M4L. On their day, when they were playing as a team, combined with their gun skill that they had, I know some of them were M&K, but combined with their gun skill, they were a top team for sure, 100%. I mean, they had Alprince, magic skills. I don't know if was Bakes on that team. I think Bakes may have been on that team, or he was Revelation, but they had an insane team when they were on form and it was their day. They were an insane team. Which I think they beat us at Odyssey, I think, a couple of times. I'm not sure though. But yeah, M4L are my number 4 pick. Number 3, I have Xceel from season 1. I think that was the only thing they played, right? Am I correct? I think so. I felt like they were close to winning that ESB season 1 when they had Paz, Bull, Deagle, Frantic, Smiley, Jobs, Lawrence. Like, they had an insane team. I felt like they just, towards the end of the season, from what I've heard from Jobs, and I think maybe Frantic on Lawrence, rumours about, I think their chemistry fell off towards the end, which probably let them down. Also, Paz lagging out in the first round of Devo, obviously, was it first or second round, let them down as well, which is unlucky. But yeah, Xceel, my number 3 pick. They were close to winning season 1. They're basically, I think they're the only team to take maps off PLG, so 100%. They maybe should be 2, but I've decided to put them as 3 on this occasion. So Xceel are my number 3 pick. Number 2, I have Revelation. I do believe they only played, from what I remember, 1 CGL 6v6 season. Now, for me, I put them at number 2, but in theory, I feel like Xceel and Revelation are equal, so you could flip them round. To be honest, they both deserve 2 or 3. to me, they're on par. So I would draw that if I could. But them having like Killer, Yang, Aim, Lawrence on their day, Killer was just insane. I feel like he would carry that team any day of the week. He had gun skill, he had a brain, leadership, he had everything. I know he was MNK, but he didn't have an ego, so in a way it boosted a little bit, but I felt like he was an overall good player. He's a good person. Good. I feel like he just carried that team so well. They worked around him. They used his ability and just worked around him and built him to his strengths. So, Revelation are my number 2 pick. Number 1, of course, the team you've all been waiting for. Probably not. I mean, everyone's probably know who's going to be number 1. It's PLG. I know I play in this team, and it may sound biased, but we have won the majority of the tournaments that we've played in, that I've played in with them at least. I've only won 2 ESV seasons with them. They've won 3 back to back to back, so a 3-peat. Notably, I say our best team, I would say, was Season 2, when it was me, Jimmy, Dennis, Jobs, Alpha, Robson, Saint. I don't think he played that season, but if he played that season, it would have been insane. Even their Season 1 team, Jimmy, Ash, Saint, Zoldyck, Job. Oh, not Jobs, he wasn't Season 1. Alpha, Dennis, their team was good Season 1, 2, 3. It's going to be good Season 4. I feel like they just deserve that number 1 spot, 100%. I know it may be biased, but every list that I've basically got had POG at number 1. So that's obviously why I've decided to go with that. As I said, an honourable mention, which is Danger Zone. It's Impaz's team. They're a South American team. I believe they've won... Have they won all the ESB seasons in South America? They're a bit like PLG of South America. I decided not to put them in the top 10 because I've not played against them. I don't know anything about them. I don't know where they would go. My assuming if I played against them, they'd be in the top 5 easily, 100%, maybe even, I'd say 4th or 3rd, 100%. But obviously I don't know much about them, so I'm going to give them an honourable mention. So that's my top 10 with the honourable mention. Just to go through the top 10 again, just if anyone skipped to the end of the video, which someone probably has. Number 10 we have Law. Number 9 we have Tribe Black. Number 8 we have Strangers with Candy. Number 7 we have Redux. Number 6 we have XP. Number 5 we have Odyssey. Number 4 we have Emperor. Number 3 we have Exceed. Number 2 Revelation. And finally number 1 we have Prolegion. Let me know what you think of my top 10 down in the comments below. Make sure to list your top 10 also, what your opinion is. If any South American or NA guys can give me an insight of where they think the South American team would fit, or if they have an NA SA top 10, that'd be nice to see in the comments below also. But like I said, just let me know what you think about the top 10. Write your own. Make sure to do that. Leave a like. Comment, obviously, like I said. Subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.